Like most universities, UW has implemented a number of different in-room audio and visual technologies. The challenge of that for faculty members is any room that they enter, they may know how to use that certain setup, but if they enter another room, it might be a little foreign to them. So what Q-SYS brings is a centralized, standardized way for us to manage those audio, visual, and recording technologies, and to do that across campus. And faculty members can have a consistent experience.
We determined Q-SYS was the right fit for campus. After doing a holistic review of our existing technology-enabled spaces, we determined we needed a much more modern approach to that. The Q-SYS platform, which integrates a lot of features but into a single piece of software, into a single piece of hardware, made it that much more flexible and scalable, and frankly was just a good fit for what we were trying to do. So the very first space we did with Q-SYS was our president's boardroom and conference room. We then did a pilot of 3 different types of rooms in the same building, a small, medium, and large. At that point, we were comfortable enough with it, we were able to deploy it widely in any space on campus.
Standardizing AV technology plays a large part in making us successful in what we do. Everybody being familiar with the systems that they're working on, how quickly they were able to learn the new technology and be able to support the equipment. It seems like it has a much simpler interface for both the programming side of things as well as the user interface side of things.
On my role here on campus, it's been very good for me because I can make it as complex as I want. So if we have a system where we want a third-party device to interact with Q-SYS, it's easy enough to do through Lua and through the control scripting. But if everything's within the Q-SYS environment, it's easy enough to take this design, change a few of these signal flags around. That's really been awesome for us.
For our online students, I want it to be easy to learn in, and I want them to have an equivalent learning experience to if they were on campus sitting in a classroom. And for faculty members, I want their classes to be easy to teach so they can focus on the student rather than any of the mechanisms of providing that education.
In a lot of spaces, including our auditoriums, we leverage ACPR to improve the experience of students, especially if they're remote. So in the space, if you think about a large lecture hall, that's just a sea of faces. Leveraging ACPR, we can dial that in so when people in the audience are asking questions, we can get a much more interactive shot of them. So people who are remote or for any sort of capture or recording, they get a much better final product. We use Q-SYS for events, so we've started adding in additional capability into those spaces to be able to bring in another camera, bring in a dedicated recorder, but at the same time giving them the same user interface they get in a typical classroom. So there's no additional training necessary. It just allows my team to augment those spaces without having to build, say, like a second system as part of it.
I love that we're educating the residents of Wyoming. The technology that we're implementing on top of the programs that we're making available allows us to educate individuals who never would have come to UW otherwise.
Response has been really good from leadership. We've received a lot of support, not only internal to IT leadership, but also campus leadership.
The number of support calls have gone down, the number of faculty requests for improvements in teaching spaces has gone down, and the contact time has gone up in all of those spaces across the board. So as we do more and more spaces on campus, it only removes technology as a hurdle, as something that people have to think about as they're teaching and learning in these spaces, and lets them focus on their teaching and learning.